Good afternoon, Shinan students. This is Justin, one of the hosts of JJ's Talk Show. Welcome on this Monday morning. Today is November 21st. I know this day because today is my sister's birthday. So if you're watching, Stephanie, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to her.
Let's introduce the other host for today.
Jeremy.
And May.
And today we'll be talking about Thanksgiving. We'll be comparing it with the Korean holiday Chuseok, and May will give us some insight about that. But first, let's get into our video, our music track. I'm playing Al Green's Call Me from his definitive greatest hits. Enjoy. And again, that was Al Green's Call Me off of his definitive greatest hits. Now, let's go ahead and throw the topic on the table. Today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. And for many reasons. First reason is that it's coming up. If Jeremy and I are in the States, it will be this Thursday. But since we're in Korea, the Korean equivalent is Chuseok, which is already passed, and that happens in September.
Yes.
One fun fact is that Chuseok and Thanksgiving, they're not on a specific date, but I heard from many Koreans that Chuseok happens, the day it happens is based on the moon, right? It's a lunar
calendar.
Yeah, the lunar calendar. So yeah, with the States, it's the third Thursday.
Basically, people in Korea can watch the full moon, around Thanksgiving. Oh no, Chuseok.
Yeah, Chuseok. Yeah.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is last Thursday of November, so it's normally within the same 3 days. It's either the 23rd, 24th, or 25th. Usually it stays around then.
Yeah, around the same time. So with Thanksgiving also is that one of the reasons why I chose the song is because I think about family, and with Al Green, he reminds me a lot of the music that my father used to listen to. So
music.
yes, the music that I chose, it reminds me of family. The message in that song really doesn't, but the overall vibe that I get from the song reminds me of family. And so we'll get to talk about that, but we have our full dynamic duo, or our full group today. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your class number.
My name is An Jung-han, second grade.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so what we'll do is we'll ask you all about Chuseok, your experience in Chuseok, and your experience with Chuseok, and what you already know about Thanksgiving with the American, how we celebrate it. So let's get into that. We'll start off with you, May. How was your Chuseok this year?
This year just routine, doing the routine things. But about Thanksgiving, I found it very similar to Chuseok in Korea after having lessons from Jeremy teachers. I didn't know that. I didn't know it has so much common thing with Chuseok in many ways. But what I want to talk about, the big difference between Chuseok and Thanksgiving, the big difference could be male parts or female parts around Chuseok season. Chuseok season is quite long, like 3 or 2 days, last. And about the female parts, it's kind of my idea can be negative thing, but female parts like we should serve it with, normally have traditional, typical ceremony for ancestors on the morning of Chuseok, and we have to serve it with all typical Korean cuisine, It takes a long time to make those. I can't even make one from those, and then it's very old-fashioned and difficult recipe. We need that. And then so much work about kitchen work is on housewives' part, and men aren't killing their time doing nothing during the Chuseok season. So, but it's kind of tradition that we have to get away from it, remove it. But men think it's an old tradition. Why do we have to change something like that? So, but it's changing now, but still very conservative. In a very conservative house, they just keep it that way. So, housewives, when they get married, girl, when they get married, they hate it so much. They really scared to going to see their husband's family parts because all responsibilities on housewives,
So you think the gender role of Chuseok is slowly changing, but as of this year, and your role in Chuseok, it hasn't changed yet. So
It's very similar with Thanksgiving. Usually the women do a lot of the cooking and the men watch TV. But it's changed a lot. So now usually everybody helps with cooking unless you're kids. So.
Talking about the making or cooking turkey is quite big, right? I've seen many men are cooking turkey.
Yeah, because it's become like a let's make the ultimate turkey type thing. It's become like
big production. With
guys, they like grilling, so they try to find creative ways of cooking turkey. So they found ways of frying turkey, which are very dangerous, but very, very good. So they like trying to make the best turkey possible. That's why men usually are doing a lot of cooking, is because they're trying to impress everybody.
And it's pretty fun, it adds to the whole festive, component of it all. So how was your Chuseok? What special things did you do with your family this year?
This year,
Yes, your Chuseok.
I have Chuseok with my grandfather and grandparents. And my grandparents' parents' house in Cheongnam Seosan. Do you know? So it takes 1 hour to get there. So I went there and have dinner. I have supper like songpyeon. I make songpyeon with my grandmother.
Okay.
And have jeon. Can I say jeon?
Just John.
Pancake.
Yeah, we both know what John is.
It's very delicious.
It's very good. Yes,
You would meet that plenty of times.
that's my favorite thing about
So
Chuseok.
Juan, tell us who cooked those food?
My grandfather.
Your grandpa?
Yeah, because my grandmother recently she was in the hospital.
Okay.
So she's not good. So my grandfather and mother make cooks a lot.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually important. You want to make sure you have those jobs taken care of. So we hope your grandmother gets well. Is she well now?
She's okay now.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Getting okay.
Excellent. So since we're talking about Chuseok and you described one difference between Chuseok and Thanksgiving, tell us what you know about the American holiday Thanksgiving. Do you know much or very little, or do you have any questions about Thanksgiving?
Question?
Yeah.
I just thought about in America Thanksgiving Day, they eat turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
Turkey.
one of the big things. Turkey.
Yeah, and only that.
That's
Me too. Yeah.
most students when I taught my Thanksgiving class to the third graders, the first thing they said was turkey, and that's about all they knew. But yeah, turkey is the big thing. It wasn't like that always. So when Thanksgiving began, Thanksgiving history, it began when the colonists came over from England. So it was basically the Indians, which are really called Native Americans, not Indians. They helped them learn how to survive. So that's what happened. It was a big harvest festival because the Indians taught them how to survive in this new area that they were in. So it became a big holiday. It wasn't a national holiday until 1777. So from when it started And then up to 1777, it was a big religious thing, and they did it more than once a year. So Thanksgiving has kind of an interesting history. It's got its ups and downs and when it was happening and stuff. But
I just wonder, why does it have to be turkey particularly?
honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing I really didn't know.
No,
Either.
yeah,
It's the
that's what
same
I
way I
know.
looked at with Songkyeon. I'm like, why do you guys eat Songkyeon? I can't answer the question of why we eat turkey, but we enjoy it a lot. Aside from turkey, football is a very iconic tradition that we usually celebrate. Gather your family. They usually have a lot of big games going on from morning until evening, and you watch football with your family. So.
Yeah, that and the Macy's Day Parade.
Yes,
And
yes, parade, yes.
also sleeping.
Yeah, so just like with Seoul and the Seoul Lantern Festival, Seoul Lantern Parade that we have annually here, Jeremy just mentioned the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And so you would see a lot of stars from Disney, a lot of stars from Hollywood. You would see promotions like clothes and musicians, actors, anyone who's somebody is going to be marching down the street, singing, dancing, promoting. A lot of times what I found interesting is that in that parade, they usually choose high schools and colleges, their marching bands, to play certain songs, just to celebrate the whole vibe of it all. So,
Yeah, so you find people from very old to very young, like marching down the streets of New York, and it's really cold.
What if it rains?
Don't know.
I don't think they got
I'm so
rained
curious
out.
about it.
I think the only concern they have, honestly, is the balloons deflating. So if that happens, they'll have to drag the deflated
Have you
creature down the
seen
street.
they're marching or going on the Macy Parade while it's raining? Or
No.
it's from,
No,
no.
I don't think so. I mean,
No.
when I've seen every parade, this in the past, they've been pretty good with weather. So
Luckily.
I don't remember seeing a Macy's Day Parade that was rained out.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't normally watch it that much. When I'm on Thanksgiving, that would be my work holiday. So I would spend the morning with my family and have lunch, and then I would go to work. That's what I've been doing for the past 5 years before I came to Korea, because I like Christmas a little bit more than Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving is my second favorite holiday. But one other thing, you always hear about turkey. Like everyone hears about turkey.
True.
But in my family and a lot of families, turkey's kind of secondary.
Ow.
I like turkey, but I prefer what's called dressing. It's a type of bread that they cook with it. I like that and the casseroles and sweet potatoes and stuff like that. I would rather have that than turkey. Turkey is just there and I'll eat some and it's usually I'll have that as leftovers later on to make sandwiches with. But it's just and one big thing, it's probably similar in Korea with chuseok, but each family normally has a menu of what they always do. I mean, they do that, they might add something. My family's got specific things. I'm sure Justin has different things. Just like you both probably have with chuseok, your families do different things. So, but yeah, it's all different depending on the family. But the one big thing is everyone has turkey. Everyone has turkey. So.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that my family does is that, just like Jeremy's, my father's side of the family lives in Franklin, Virginia, and so during the afternoon around 1 or 2, we go to their home, and by that time, most of the dishes that are usually eaten in Thanksgiving take a couple of days to prepare in advance, just like the turkey and the dressing and all those things. So that's another similarity with chuseok. It takes a while to prepare those things. So we go to Franklin around 1 or 2. Then later we head to Suffolk to visit my mother's side of the family and see how they're doing. And so for Thanksgiving, I think with the Willises is that we catch up on lost time throughout the year on that day. And on Christmas, we might have our second round of seeing the family that we don't usually see throughout the year. So.
So I have a question for you, actually. So, from what you know about Thanksgiving, does it seem like a holiday you would like to be part of? Is it something you would like to try if you ever went to America? Would you like to be involved in a Thanksgiving thing with a family in America?
I'd like to. I think that Thanksgiving Day in America.
Yeah, I got to have Chuseok this year. I got to spend it with a Korean family, which is the first time I got to do that. So I think it'd be good if you ever got to really see what Thanksgiving is like in a different in an American family, because it's pretty interesting.
You
might
can
see how
invite
close
him.
it is. Well,
What's your name?
it'd be hard for him to come all the way to America. So I have a question for you, May. When you were in Australia, did you celebrate Chuseok, or what did you do?
Oh, with Korean community, the student community. But I don't think I made some kind of songpyeon or something like that. Just get together with student friends together, and then have some lunch
Okay.
or eat dinner or something like that.
Oh,
Because for youngsters, having or have celebrated Chuseok overseas doesn't mean that much. So I don't think I remember we celebrate Chuseok. But instead, because the main part of Chuseok, like Thanksgiving, we eat a lot of food, even different food in Australia,
I think the overall thing that my father wanted to tie onto that day is tell us what you're thankful for. And in that holiday, I think a lot of people like Thanksgiving over Christmas is because Thanksgiving you can just basically have the mindset of being thankful and grateful for what you have.
Because
with
it's a
family.
harvest.
Yeah, it's a harvest.
Yeah.
And share that with your family. And there's not much of that, driving and running so many errands that Christmas has. So it's beginning to be more of a relaxing holiday than
Relaxing
more than
holiday.
Christmas. So that's one thing. Also, the day after Thanksgiving is called Black Friday,
Yes.
I believe.
Shopping
Never.
day.
Yeah.
We love shopping.
Shopping day. And so if you all, any Korean would be in
Is it only in America?
Well, Black Friday is it universal, you think? Or?
I think it's only in America.
Yes, I
Yeah, it
think
might
so,
be
yeah.
a stateside thing.
But why does it have to be called a Black Friday?
That's when most places make their money. Like when you're going into the black, what businesses call going into the black is when they're making profit. So those retailers don't make money until usually Black Friday. So normally they're losing money because it takes so long for them to start making profit.
Somebody set that day, probably, right?
Yeah, since it's around Thanksgiving, it's because it's around Thanksgiving. Because it's a 3-day holiday like Chuseok, so everyone's out. So first day of the Thanksgiving holiday is preparing food. Second day is Thanksgiving Day. Third day, Black Friday.
Oh.
So it's the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every year. So that brings me to another question. I'll ask you this one. Chuseok's a 3-day holiday, so what does your family do on the first day and the third day?
First day,
Yeah.
we went grandfather's father's father.
Oh, okay.
Other person's house, and after come back from grandparents' house, we went mother's parents. We went there and have dinner there with my cousin, and yeah, that's it.
Cool.
So it's basically a time to see all of your family in those 3 days. Nice. That's basically what I do too.
So we're going to have to go ahead and move on to the song that I picked. And the song I picked is by a band named Me Without You. And the song is called The Fox, the Crow, and the Cookie.
Well, we're going to wrap up our radio show edition for today, November 21st, 2011. Next week, we're going to talk about good and bad experiences in Korea from Jeremy and I being foreigners to this not so foreign land. So, your name?
My name?
Yes.
I'm Chung-hong.
All right. Yes, and we had...
Jeremy?
And May.
And I'm Justin. We will see you all next week.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.